But oh, buddy, how have you been?
Holy cow, it's been a week. Feels
It's
like it's been forever since I saw you last.
yeah. Poor you,
Oh gosh, yes.
poor you. Yeah,
Yeah. How about
yeah.
you? How have you been this last week?
I've been doing all right. Been doing all right. Been busy and running and gunning, but it's been good. How was your Mother's Day?
It was very busy.
Yeah.
My family anyway. The men cook the meal
Oh,
for the noon meal on that day.
okay.
So usually it is grill, hamburgers, hot dogs, that kind of thing. Uh, and while the wives chatter away and do whatever they do. So I mean, it's fun. The guys get to cook the way we like, and the gals get to. I don't know what they do and why they have fun, but they do. Uh,
So what's your favorite thing to grill then?
uh, my favorite thing is dirty steaks.
Dirty
Dirty
steak.
steaks. It's where you cook the steak right on hot charcoal coal or hot charcoal or hot. Bleh. You make some lump charcoal hot,
Okay.
and you put the steaks right on it.
Hmm.
It imbues a really nice smoky flavor to it, much better than you can get on if you have it raised up on a grill plate or something.
Dirty
And
steak.
dirty steaks, and they cook a lot faster too.
Well, I'm sure.
I do it maybe 3-4 minutes aside,
Okay.
and you get a wonderful crust with a really nice pink middle.
Okay.
Best of both worlds.
Okay.
Oh,
So
it's
so
just
are
fantastic.
you a medium rare guy or a rare guy or medium
Uh,
guy or medium well?
I don't like it cold in the middle. Like
Okay.
if you went to the store, slapped it on the grill for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I like to leave it sit out, get a little room temperature.
Okay.
But I don't know. I do like pink in the middle.
Yeah.
Whatever that 3 minutes on charcoal does, that's what I like.
That's what you like.
I don't know if that's rare or pink or what.
I
just
like
It's good.
I like a warm red center. So I like a warm red center personally. That's my preference. So I think that would be considered rare, rare plus, medium rare, medium rare. I think that would be.
Okay.
That's right. That's my thought. So speaking of Mother's Day, so are you on your sex strike, buddy?
No.
Oh man, Alyssa Milano is telling us all we need to be on a sex strike. So
Well, why is that?
in reference to the Alabama state bill coming down outlawing abortions, the Senate bill anyway.
Oh, I'm glad they're in a tizzy over that.
And also the Georgia bill. So I mean that's drawn a lot of I guess you would say criticism from both sides, really, right? I mean you've got Pat Robertson, he's not too happy about it. So that's interesting, and
I think his complaints about it are more of a strategic way. Like, it isn't that wants there to be abortion.
sure,
His criticisms are more like this is going to get struck down by the Supreme Court, and then we won't have this law anymore. It'll be another avenue closed. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but how are we supposed to get our avenues that we want, right? Like if we just keep kicking the can down the road, well, the Supreme Court's not going to like this law. Supreme Court's not going to like this law. Well, we're not going to get rid of abortion at all.
Well, it accomplishes two things in my mind, right? It brings back the idea of states' rights, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a state has the right to set laws within the state, right? But also, I mean, I feel like maybe I'm oversimplifying this issue, and I'm not trying. I know that for our viewers, some of you guys are on both sides of this issue, and I think the one thing that we've tried to exemplify here is that we are open to everybody's opinions. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has a right to that opinion, and as long as you can properly defend that opinion or that feeling, you're welcome here. but the way I look at it is this: either you look at it and believe that it's a human life, or you don't. Now, if you do not believe it's a human life, then I can see how you could be very upset about a woman's rights being trampled on. Okay. But for the people who can't understand why so many people are losing their minds over this abortion issue, you have to remember these people believe that that is a baby, a helpless baby, a baby that cannot defend itself, that cannot take care of itself. We've all seen babies, right? And I think most,
seen a few of them in my time.
most of us would never dream of hurting a child, hurting a baby. I mean, it is within our, I mean, it is human nature for us to want to be there to protect children.
Yeah.
So if you truly 100% believe that this is a baby, this is a child, and you believe that those babies are being massacred by the hundreds of thousands, if you believe that, I suppose you could understand why people are as up in arms, is what people are.
Oh, I wouldn't say that quite yet, but
What?
Up in arms. I mean, other than the 90s when some abortion clinics got bombed, but
Well, I mean, but what I'm saying is you go on Twitter even right now, and it's a pretty passionate issue right now. I mean, it's trending. There's a lot of people passionate, but I find it hilarious, the sex strike hilarious, though, that Alyssa Milano is coming out and telling us that we should just abstain from having sex. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So for the pro-life crowd, the argument has been, rather than aborting a child, how about abstain from having sex? If you abstain from, I never thought that I'd come to the day that I would agree wholeheartedly with Alyssa Milano.
I honestly didn't know her politics before rather recently, so
I
understand your sentiment. Like, we've come full circle now.
We've come full circle where we've been saying for
years.
Took
us a couple decades.
If you just abstain from having sex, you won't have unwanted pregnancies. And I get, guys, please don't blow me up with these arguments that sometimes these things happen forcefully, and these things, and rape and incest and those types of things. I am fully aware of that. But
is it the Georgia or Alabama or both that specifically allow for in cases of rape and incest?
Sure, and both of them do. I understand that those things happen. They are a fraction of a percentage of total cases, but
was smart on their part, because that is the biggest argument you hear is, well, what about in the cases of rape, incest?
Yeah, I mean, that's
okay. All right. Well, these bills allow for that, so why are you up in a tizzy over it?
It's going to be interesting, and from what I'm being told, the whole purpose of these bills were to get a conversation started. The ACLU would take these bills to the Supreme Court, and they would have a argument once again over Roe v. Wade. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I am interested to see how it goes. But it's going to be very interesting over the next couple of years to see how these cases finally come down the tube.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, the Alyssa Milano thing, the sex strike, and people are buying in. They're just refusing to have sex until this.
Good for them.
Well, good for them. I'd say, hey, if you are,
we need to praise that.
There
we
you
need
go.
To reinforce that good behavior.
You know what? I applaud you 100%, Alyssa Milano, for pushing abstinence. I mean, I was under the impression that free love was and the vagina hat wearing crowd that was all about sex with who I want when I want. And but hey, I suppose the argument has changed now that people don't have the right to to have abortions as often and many times as they please. So yeah, so the argument to that is no more sex.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You win.
I'm getting so tired of winning, man. Please, Mr. President, no more. No. I can't take it. Stop.
Yeah, this winning thing is getting old, but I don't know. It's interesting to me. And of course, you know, Pat Robertson. I could see his feeling on it. He doesn't want to put a bill out there that could possibly lose, but I mean, no real victory has ever come from people being afraid to lose, right?
Isn't it SAS? SAS? Those who dare win.
Fair enough. I would have to say that is a perfect quote for this time. So again, guys, I definitely appeal to you guys to think about it from both sides. Obviously, if you have been taught your entire life that this is a parasite, this is not a child, and this parasite is essentially living off of the mother, this woman, and she no longer wants this parasite inside of her, and she wants to do away with this parasite. Obviously, you can understand how people could feel passionate about her right to do away with this tapeworm in the shape of a human child, right? But for the people who are on the other side of the argument, they truly believe 100% that this is a human life, which hard to argue that it isn't. A human life that needs to be protected, and that all human lives are important. If you truly believe that, there is no middle ground. There really isn't.
We're going to go with the parasite route. I mean, that's really what, up until mid-teens, maybe? Or, you know, whenever a kid could go work and feed themselves. I mean, even a baby shortly after birth, you know, they're nursing for what? 2 years?
Oh, for sure. I mean, you can't leave a 1-year-old child.
Well, I mean, there's food hopefully by then, but you know, at least the first year, it's just.
But
nursing.
Even still, at 2 years old, you can't leave a 2-year-old child unattended and expect for it to fend for itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it needs to be taken care of and fended for and fed and changed, and so
we're gonna go on that further down that road of well, the parents, you know, as long as you're dependent upon someone else, well, I mean, we could maybe argue for abortion until 25.
Don't give him any ideas, Coder. Don't give him any ideas. But guys, it's an interesting topic. We will continue to monitor it. I mean, we live in very interesting times, and we'll see. There's obviously very passionate arguments coming from both sides, but I'd encourage you guys to search out your own thoughts and understanding on this, and come to a conclusion where you fall. But as always, be open-minded and continue to do your research, and we will look forward to seeing you guys here soon. So thank you again, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until we see you guys again, be blessed.
Bye.